Yeah, let's go to the Ulysses temple. No turning back after this. Yeah. Hmm. Out of my way, you piece of crap. Hmm. Just making preparations. It's wasted. Ooh, crap. Preparing for a new launch. Either two things will happen. Either I'm going to go back there to defend myself against him, or I'm gonna be there defending myself against something that comes through here. There's no other reason for here to be three doors to prevent me accessing them all at this point. But and so many warheads. Popping myself up now. Just in case.
Even in this place, NCR's shadow falls. Or is it just you, courier, without the bear's corpse to weigh you down? Judging by your shadow, maybe you can't let your machine go. Doesn't matter now. Either way, the Divide Giants are awakening. The missiles here on their way home. There is no way to stop them.
I still don't understand why are you doing this?
You've answered your own question, and you'll die with that question on your lips. You don't see, listen, even when it's all around you. No matter if I nailed it into your head like a gift from Caesar. You brought the Divide to life, courier. You walked the road, brought the bear, then the bull, brought me, following your tracks. And when I saw the divide you made, I saw a second chance, a new way of thinking. My world, no longer the East. And you brought the West in that package, destroyed it all, nearly killed me, flesh and spirit. You destroyed something larger than the bear, greater than the bull. And even when you could have turned away, you brought it again in that machine. You destroyed a nation taking its first breath. A place that could have been my home. Now, I'll destroy yours.
Vengeance, vengeance. Hmm. Uh, you meant to kill me. You should have done it long ago.
Not if you believe in what you follow. Kill no courier. Kaiser's words. I honored them. Other couriers could have been legion, like me. The truth is, you serve nothing, believe nothing, killing you, meaningless.
Hmm. Okay. What I did was an accident. What you're doing, it's madness.
No. Now there is purpose. I believe you when you say you were careless. The divide, the chip, the machine you brought here. Many messages can be taken from that, intended or not. What I do now is an act of conviction.
There's not much choice. There's forget this. Probably go straight to fighting, bragging about how you can't kill me, and then the third option. I seem to be repeating the same thing. Don't make a personal issue. Don't destroy others for a personal dispute.
Blame you? No. Learned from you. Both the weapon to kill a nation and the strength to do it. You showed me a road, a way to carry my message. You've already answered for what you've done. Now the flag you follow will answer for it.
So what? You intend to bomb the Mojave?
No, not the Mojave. The West. All that's been built since America died. Same symbols as before the war. Now a flag carried by a tribe of children. You walked the West, didn't stay. You know the reason. The bear grows without structure, follows a symbol without knowing its history. And knowing that you believe in a bear's sickness and have given it strength, and that gives more reason to lay waste to your homeland. After this, only one flag will remain over the Mojave. Let that one fly, or destroy itself.
Hmm. You can't destroy the waste even with all the missiles here, but you could do enough damage to collapse the infrastructure. So it would be, well, if they're as weak as they were when I detonated them, then certainly not. And create radiation-filled hellholes, collapse it, infrastructure. So as a nation, it would cease to exist.
No need to destroy the bear. Just cut its throat. You taught me that at the Divide. Only need to cut off the supply line, the road to watch something greater die. I'll turn the long 15 into miles of fire. Cut off the Mojave. NCR will fall back, lose Hoover Dam, and leave their throats exposed to the Legion.
I don't have all that much faith in NCR. I think it provides a society that I do like to operate in and do find a comfort in. So I don't want to see it wiped out. It's a much more interesting. As much as I like the wasteland, I don't want it wasteland to be all there is. I do want there to be civilization, places of recovery, enjoyment, luxury, things like that. I don't want it all get wiped away. Just because I do agree that the NCR is not best possible choice there could be. Hmm. We want an ending to things. Let's do this.
I'll finish history's work. If the divide couldn't kill you, perhaps these spears of the old world can. Let's end this courier, you and I, here with the old world flag as witness.
It makes a difference, I guess, if you know the guy well or you have a lot of good stats, speech skill. You don't have to go this route, but it's totally hopeless for me. The grenades. I'm gonna use these. Oh my god! It's a grenade. I don't see. I can see a thing.
Kill.
I can throw it.
Divide will birth more. I will end you and your history.
I jumped down to somewhere. Yeah, grenades. Not a good weapon there. That seems to be the problem. They're not a good weapon anywhere. So what weapon to use? He seems to be healing at quite a significant rate, so... I'm going to the...
Even in this place, I'll finish. Let's go. The dead men, they've come for you. Kill as many as you want. Divide is mercy. Destroying the machines won't help you. This place will make more.
Jesus Christ, he regenerates like a mother.
That's what I and your history.
What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Anti-material rifle. All glory. Cluster mask. All. Yeah, come get some. Okay, the end. What does that mean? Cancel the missile launch. This terminal is already engaged in its countdown sequence and the abort code has been overridden. You might be able to change the missile's target or accelerate the countdown and launch the missiles immediately. So redirect to both NCR and Caesar's Legion, redirect to Caesar's Legion territory, accelerate countdown, launch the missiles. I want to cancel. I don't want to drown the wasteland again in radiation. Board code is encrypted with an incredibly advanced pre-war military encryption sequence. Have to be a code-breaking robot craft. That's Eddie for head.
Experiment log 369248/A. iBot Duraframe Universal Interface Override System. This is Dr. Whitley presiding. Initial tests of the override system are promising. Against unsecured or lightly encrypted targets, the iBots have a 98% success rate. More heavily protected systems are still problematic. Military-grade encryption presents a very real possibility of critical overload of key systems. We've stopped tests before any robots were destroyed. But if we don't address the problem, our iBots will fry themselves hacking military networks.
Are you saying you can stop this missile? But the log said that this kind of encryption would kill you. It's a robot. It's not even artificial intelligence. Yes, do you want to sacrifice a robot, fancy robot, but a robot, or have the nuke drop on a populated place? Oh, yeah, that's a tough choice. Better you than me. Has to be another way. Maybe. I'll say that just to make Eddie feel better, and hopefully he'll volunteer himself. Well, if you're really sure, okay. Good for you, my puppet. Why can't I use it? Did it fail? ready. Run!
At the end of the struggle, only one courier remained in the heart of the divide. The true courier. Courier 6. The courier tore the ancient flag of the Commonwealth from its cables and cast it over the corpse. Though whether done as a sign of respect or in anger for what had been endured to reach this moment, that is unknown. Interpretation is something best left to history, and only the surviving courier would ever know for certain.
When these circus burned in the fires of the divide, there was one small spark that held on until the end. He sent the last signal to his counterpart in the Mojave, passing along what Courier had taught him in the division. The zombie robot.
As for the courier, she turned her back on her home for the second time and made her way back, navigating the treachery of the divide. Tunnelers and the marked men avoided the lone figure, as if recognizing the courier's right to passage, or out of fear. The courier walked until she stood again upon the edge of the divide, the last road she would walk before the second battle for Hoover Dam. There, beside her feet, was a final package from one courier to another, a footlocker bearing a gift and a message. But that message, it is something for couriers to carry, and for them alone. The lights flickered across the divide, reminders that the old world histories persist and find meaning in the present. It said, war never changes. Women do. Through the roads they walk, and this road has reached its end.
Vault 21. Surely I don't have that. The divide broke cities, flayed skin from bone, and threatened to destroy the world. But you survived it and stopped it. You can put a single point into any of your special attributes. You also gain reputation with the followers of the Apocalypse and Brotherhood of Steel for stopping another Armageddon. Feature drink recipe. Courier Duster. Well, it's a light armor. All glory, interested, red glare. Rocket launcher. Radiation resistance plus 50. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, let's look at our options. We might... I think I'll change armor item. Looks silly, but who cares? Ulysses Duster has a higher critical chance increase and charisma increase. So, yeah, I'm using this for now. The mask is good too. We're not gonna use it normally. Want the critical chance increases. I'm gonna be using the Courier Toaster for a moment though, just to get the extra carry weight. Okay, and that's it. For the Lonesome Road. I'm not sure what to think about that. Ah. Ooh, headshot. This is I think I might start using buckets here. Yeah, it's very fast, very accurate, and it's powerful enough to kill most things. If not with a single hit, then a couple. Well, anyway. The Lonesome Road. Uh, there's a lot of good in it. Most of I think the environments are very, very good. Best post-nuclear nuclear war rubble I've seen by a long shot. Interesting environments, interesting enough opponents, new weaponry, new opponents. So it's in many ways it's a very good DLC, but it's just a gauntlet to reach the end. And the problem was, if I had with that, it's a tunnel run, fairly well done though, but what's waiting you at the end doesn't really feel satisfying, because you never. It's not about what you've done, you as a player or the character. It tries to make the conflict between you and the other courier about something that happened before you ever started playing this character. So it's in every way detached from your character and your what you've done. So it's just a totally, you can't feel any responsibility for anything that you've done there, because you, in very real sense, you're not in any way responsible. So the conflict and the blaming, it feels like it comes out of nowhere, because for you and the character you played all throughout this game, it does. It has nothing to do with you. It's totally detached from what you've been playing, and I think that's the major weakness, and it is a big weakness. For example, if you take the Zero Martyr thing, it's much more engaging because everything that it's all about is about the people you meet there and their actions and your actions there. You don't. It doesn't rely on the impactful stuff there. It doesn't rely on in any way anything that happened or you did when you weren't playing the game. Your character's actions. So it's just much more engaging here. you don't really have that much option. You're reading or listening to the guy preach at you, and you don't really have all that much options, at least until the end. And even it just so you blame me for something that happened when I wasn't even playing this character. It's just out of nowhere, and that's exactly you feel like it has nothing to do with my character. I just can't get into it. So it lacks the payoff it really needed and the impact that the story should have relied on. So it should have been something. Maybe that would have been a better DLC in a way that it can be accessed after the, or the full game ends, the original game. So you've already made your choice, what you decided to do, and because of that choice, their final career or the protagonist, there, not the kind of villain of the story, uh, seeks vengeance on you. That would have make more sense in the sense that you actually played through those options. You made them options. You're sort of invested in those options on your choices. So you have also been in similar way invested in the additional story. Now it's something that happens on the side, trying to suffer from trying to get you attached to it, but not really succeeding because there's nothing to get attached to. They're trying to make you desperately feel something for a robot and treat it like a person, and it's not a person, it's a robot for a reason. It's not in an artificial intelligence, which could be argued that could be treated as a person. What would be the difference? But it's clearly stated that it's not an artificial intelligence, so it's not doesn't really work. None of the emotional parts where that you need to have a kind of a meaningful story and the attachments related to that, they don't exist, and that's why I don't like that DLC all that much. It's not shit. It's just fails to reach the same heights that the Dead Money, Sierra Madre, and Old World Blues I feel reach. It's because of that. It's I would classify it in the same group as the Honest Hearts. It's not terrible, but how they implemented falls sort of flat. It's not terrible. It's just okay. The best part of that DLC is probably some of the equipment you can get from that. It's nice enough to play through once too, but once you play through the gauntlets, there's nothing to go back to. There's nothing really too extra, and it was just that you run through a gauntlet, you got through few good items from that, and that's it. It's still an okay experience, but it's just okay.